This conference will now be recorded.
Good evening, everyone. Hope you all had a nice day and welcome to lesson 2. So let's have a quick recap of what we have learned in the last class. So yesterday we started by exploring Google Colab, and then we understood how to access it, and we started with our first lines of code in Python, and then we covered variables and what is a variable, and then how they store data inside it, and then we also discussed different data types and performed some basic arithmetic operations in Python and tried functions like print, input, type. Yeah. So today we are going to look into while loops, conditional statements, and then infinite while loops, etc. And yeah. And by now, I hope everyone has had a chance to explore Google Colab and try it out on your own. So since we'll be using it throughout this course, like I have structured each lesson in a way that keeps things organized in Google Colab notebooks. So every notebook includes key concepts and followed by hands-on coding exercises. So I'll be sharing today's collab with you, and you can also try opening it, and don't forget to take a copy of it. So you just have to go to the file for someone who's joined only today. Just go to file and click on save a copy in Drive. So your copy would get saved in Google Drive. So we'll start with, incrementing a value. So you can just put a thumbs up if you are able to open the Google Collabs from your end. So all of you are able to open the Google Collabs from your end. Is it showing any error or is it working fine? Just give a thumbs up if it's working fine. Okay, great. Okay, and others? It's working, right? I'm hoping it's working for all. Okay. Okay, so let's start with incrementing a value. So yesterday we created, input function we just finished yesterday, right? So we'll just start with this activity, incrementing a value. So we know like now how to create a variable a equal to 1, in the sense we have created a variable a where we stored the value 1 inside it. Now I just want to increment the value of a. What I'll do is I'll write a equal to a plus 1. So when I write this increment statement, what is happening here is you're creating a variable a, storing a value 1 inside it. When I write a plus 1, in the sense like 1 plus 1, so this 1 gets added with one more 1, and then we are again reassigning with the same variable name a here. So this is how we write a basic increment statement. So when I run it, now you can see that a value has changed. Like before it was 1 and now it will change to 2. So first time it's connecting with the servers, so it takes like 30-40 seconds. So if I just create one more variable with the same one and just run it, and then I'm writing the increment statement in other code cell, like I'll write the same increment statement b plus 1, and I'm running this particular code for 4 times, 1, 2, 3, and 4. Now I want to print the value of b. What do you think would be the value of b now? Is it 1 or 5 or 4? Like I have created a variable 1, then I wrote the increment statement b equal to b plus 1, and then I just click on the run button 4 times, and now I want to just print the b value. So what would be the b value? You can put it in the chat. Okay, Harita, you see it's 2. Any more answers? Like, is it 5? So I've done it for 4 times, right? Yeah, 5. Okay. Neymar, you're also saying it's 2. Okay, let me just run this. So you can see that b value is 5 here because I've created a variable b where it's 1. And in another code cell, what I'm doing is I'm incrementing b value by 1. Then the new b value has changed to 2, but I did run this for 3 more times. Like I completely run it for 4 times, right? So then the 2 value, now the b value is not 1 anymore. It's changed to 2, right? So when I click on it, again plus 1. The third time I click on it, again plus 1 and plus 1. So you see that the final b value was 5 here because I clicked on it like not once but 4 times here. But here what is happening is that, like, if I keep on running it for n number of times, the value does not change it, because each time I'm running it, I'm reassigning the a value as 1 and incrementing it to 2 here. But I've written this code in one cell and then I'm just incrementing in one more code cell. So you have to just take care of these things. Like I'm not reassigning b equal to 1 again and again. If I just reassign this and if I just run once, the b value would have been 2. But if I just run it again, the b value gets updated to 3. Now the current b variable value is 3, and if I just run it again, you check it, it's 4. So just see, like, uh, like if you are reassigning it or not before running it. So this is the simple increment statement. It's not with a plus 1. If you just do like b equal to b plus 10, then the b value now is 4. So you can increment it to 10, so it's 14. So, and the shortcut for writing this is the same statement. You can write like b plus or equal to 1. So it's the same. This and writing b plus or equal to 1, it's the same. It's just a shortcut here. So yeah, so let's go to while loops. So before, uh, in yesterday's class, the final activity was this, like, if you want to print hello everyone 5 times, then yeah, so we can do this by typing it 5 times, but it doesn't make sense, because if you have to do it for 100 200 times, you cannot keep pasting it, right? So yeah, I have a question here. How to get another line? Okay, you mean like you want to get a new code cell? You can see here on the center of the screen, if you have like plus code and plus text. If you want the code cell, you just click on it. Then you're going to get the another line, or you can click on plus code from top left to anything which you are like comfortable with. So okay, so let's start with the while loops. So while loop repeats a block of code as long as the condition is true. So loops are used when you want to repeat something. So, but we have to take care, like we have to give a condition. So it would run on a condition, and till the condition is true, the loop runs. So the while loop runs on a condition. As long as the condition is true, while loop will run endlessly. The moment the condition becomes false, the while loop stops. The syntax is very simple. You write while is the keyword, and you give the condition. You have the colon here as the syntax, and you press enter. You will go inside the while block. But if you see, you write the code here, you see that there are some spaces before this code, whatever we are going to write it. We call it like indentation in Python programming language. So if you know any other programming language, like you would know, like if you have to enter while block, we would give like flower brackets. So we would go with brackets, but Python, we don't have this brackets here, but instead of that, we have spacing to say that we are inside, sorry, inside the while block. So we call it like indentation. And indentation refers to the spaces or tabs used at the beginning of a line of code. In Python, indentation is crucial because it defines the blocks of code. Unlike many other programming languages which use braces to define blocks of code, Python uses indentation. Why indentation is important? In Python, proper indentation is required for the program to run. Without it, the interpreter will throw an error. And it's code readability, and we have to maintain a consistency. Like if you are maintaining 4 spaces or 2 spaces, we maintain a consistency. So as a standard practice, you can either go with all 4 spaces or 2 spaces, uh, and yeah, use the same number of spaces or tabs for indentation throughout your code. Mixing spaces and tabs can cause errors with Python, not only for while block. Next we are going to see if, for loop, if conditions and all. For all, like to enter a particular block of code, we need indentation in Python. So we'll write a while loop first, then we'll explain it like line by line. So if you want to write a code where you need to, so where you want the output to be 1 2 3 4 5, instead of just writing like 1 2 3 4 5 in print statement, using the while loop, we want to print 1 2 3 4 5, maybe like 1 to 100, all the numbers. If you want to do it with the while loop, first let me just write the code how I'm going to do it. First I'll create a variable where I am going to give an initial value for it. So I create I equal to 1. So I've created a variable called I where I've stored value I 1 inside it. So while is the keyword. So we can see the syntax while, and then I have to give the condition, and inside it I have to write the code, right? So while I less than or equal to 5, so I want numbers from 1 to 5. Colon is part of the syntax. If I press enter, by default I'm inside the while block. So that means this 4 spaces here, you see the dots here, this is the indentation. So with Google Colab, if you see the settings, I think editor settings, so indentation spaces, we can set it as 2 or 4. If your setting was 2, then by default when you press enter you will have 2 spaces. If it's 4, by default you are going to have 4 spaces. So now I'm going to write the code here. So I want to increment this one value till 5. So we just saw the increment statement before, right? I equal to I plus 1 is the increment statement, which I want to repeat like 5 times, or like from 1 to 5. So then I press enter, and yeah, so first I want to print the numbers too. So I'll print I, then increment it. If I just run it, you would see like we got the code like 1 2 3 4 5. So what exactly is happening here is, so first we have taken the I value as 1, and the condition is I less than or equal to 5. We just said before, like if the condition is true, only then we are going to enter the while block. So 1 less than or equal to 5, true or false? 1 less than or equal to 5, true or false? The value 1 is less than 5. True, correct. So you can even unmute and answer if you are comfortable. So 1 less than or equal to 5, it's true. So we got the key to enter the while loop. So then it sees the code like print I. It would print I, which is nothing but its initial value is 1 here. It just printed 1 here. Then it would see this particular line of code I equal to I plus 1. What it does is it will increment this 1 value, I value with 1. Now the new I value has become 2. So now to come out of this while loop, we need the condition to be false. Till the condition is true, we'll be inside the loop repeating these 2 lines of code. So now I value is 2, it would again check 2 less than or equal to 5. So it's still true. 2 is less than 5, it's still 2. So it's still true. So it still prints I value, which is 2. Then again there is an increment statement, it would increment it to 3. Again it checks the condition, 3 less than or equal to 5. So true. So it would print 3, and it would increment it one more time, which becomes 4. Now 4 less than or equal to 5. Again the same thing, like we are going to print it and increment it. Then 5, we have less than or equal to here. So 5 equal to 5 is true. So 5 is also printed. Now it's incremented by 1. Now 6 less than or equal to 5 is the condition, and now it's false. 6 is not less than or equal to 5. The condition has become false. So we cannot enter the while block, and we'll come out of the while block now. So there is nothing, there is no code out of it. So we just got printed 1 to 5. Is it clear? Like while loop, how we have done this? Any questions here? Do you want me to repeat something? So if I just have the same code, and if I just had after the while block whatever code like print hello, so it would print numbers from 1 to 5 and then hello, which is outside the while block. So let me use the same code, but let me just cut the print here and use the print here. What do you think would be the output now? Anybody? I is equal to 1, while I less than or equal to 5, I equal to I plus 1, print I. What do you think would be the output? Yeah, what do you think would be the output here?
2 to 6.
2 to 6, okay. Let me just run it. It's correct. Because I less than equal to 5, we are checking the statement and then first it's incrementing and then printing it. I value was 1 before. I value was 1 before and it checks the condition, it's true, and the first statement is not printing, it's incrementing. So 1 plus 1, I value has changed to 2. After changing it to 2, we are printing I. So that we just change, like it's become like 2 to 6. So just take care of it, like it Python would execute the codes line by line. So if I want to print hello everyone 5 times using the while loop, what I'll do is like I equal to 1. You want to try this activity, like take 30 seconds using the while loop, print hello everyone 5 times. Just try this activity from your end. Yeah. If you're done, just give a thumbs up. Okay. Good, Raghu, you are already done. Anybody else? So let me also type in the code here. You can still try. So what I've done here is that instead of printing I value each time, I'm printing hello everyone. So now you see that you're printing this for 5 times. So we have put in the explanation how the while loop works here too, if you're still confused a bit, so you can read through it. So now you can try this activity. Write a program that prints numbers 3, 5, 7, 9, 11 using a while loop. So if you're done, you can put the code in the chat. Using the while loop, you have to print it, not like print statement. Using the while loop, print the numbers 3, 5, 7, 9, 11. Someone who's doing programming for the first time, and if you are able to do it, then great. Like, yeah, you're doing good actually. How do I open with my Gmail ID? You have to log in with your Gmail ID. Once you're logged in, if you just click on this link I have provided, the collab link, then the Google Colab just gets open. You can see, like, your Gmail ID gets logged in here. So I'll share the link again. So on your personal laptop, you should be logged into your Gmail ID, then it would work. Okay, I'm also now typing the code. You can take any variable actually. Let me just take. So now I'm starting the a value with 3 and I want till 12, so I'm incrementing it by 2. So you're going to get the output 3, 5, 7, 9, 11. So you can try the while loop with different tasks, like different activities. So then what if there is no false statement? Then what happens is that like we are going to enter an infinite while loop. Like here we had a condition like when the a value reaches more than 12, so we'll come out of the while loop, right? So once you enter the while loop and if there is no, if the condition is always true, we are going inside of infinite while loop. An infinite while loop is a never ending while loop. It does not have any stopping condition. In other words, the condition specified in an infinite while loop is always true. To stop an infinite while loop, you have to manually stop it by interrupting the code execution. So and let's create an infinite while loop and see like what happens. So if I just write while true and let me just take I equal to 1 and I just write the increment statement here. I plus r equal to 1. It's just nothing but the same statement like I equal to I plus 1. So it's just the shortcut I've given here. So it's the same. So if I just run this, we are going to enter a infinite while loop because I directly wrote true here. The condition is always true. Once you enter this while loop, there is no condition which becomes false and we come out of it. So if I just run this, I'm just running it for maybe 15-20 seconds. So if I know like, if I'm going to enter an infinite while loop, one way of stopping it is like I have to interrupt the run button and stop it, like keyboard interrupt. So after interrupting the code execution, Python will throw keyboard interrupt error. Yeah, you have to ignore it. It's nothing to worry about for now, but try writing codes where we don't enter any infinite while loops because sometimes the systems get hanged because it would be keep on running. So like I value as 1, right? I just run it for like 15-20 seconds. If I just check like I value, like I just interrupted after 15 seconds, what do you think would be the I value now after stopping this? Will it be like 100,000, 1 lakh? What do you think would be the value of I in just 15 seconds? It would have incremented to what value? You can take a guess here. In 15 seconds, how fast you can just have a guess here. I value as 1. I incremented for 15 seconds and just stopped it. Now I want to just see like, what would be the I value where it would have been stopped. So what do you think? It's in the range of 10, 20 or hundreds or thousands. You can put it in the chat, or 1 lakh. Any guesses? Okay. 10. Okay. You think it's 10, Raghu? Okay. Any other guesses? I'm going to run it. Let's see. The I value has reached here. It's not even in lakhs, it's more than that. So just in 15 seconds, you can see like, I got incremented till here. So yeah, it's faster than whatever, like many folds faster than what you have expected a year ago. So, and we can break the infinite while loop using the break keyword too. We are going to see it in activity 6. So we can write break uh, and then we can break the infinite while loop. We'll see a little later. We are going to see the conditional statements, if else conditional statements. So till here, any questions? Any questions with while loops? Is it okay? Understandable? Okay. So we are going to see conditional statements in Python, which allows us to make decisions in our code. Like if you need to enter like if you want to execute a particular code based on the conditions, so we can use if else statements here. We will start with understanding why conditional statements are important. So to compare two or more values, we are going to use conditional statements. It's like if you have only two conditions, it would be if else statement. If it's more than two, it becomes if elif else. If you have more conditions, then it would be like if elif elif, and then yeah, the last statement would be else. So The syntax is if the condition, and you have the colon again as syntax, and with indentation you enter the block. So code block to be executed if condition is true. So let's take a simple example like with only if statement. So let me take a variable age 16, and I created just a variable age where I've stored the value 16 inside it. Then if age greater than or equal to 18, I want to enter the if block and then print you are eligible to vote. So here I've created a variable called age where I've stored the value 16 inside it. And to enter the if condition, again the condition has to be true. That's the key to enter the if block. So age greater than or equal to 16. So age value was 18. So 16 greater than or equal to 18. Is it true or false? 16 is greater than 18, true or false? It's false here. So we don't enter this if block. So if I just run this, it would not print anything because we didn't enter the if block because the condition is false here. So let's take age as input from user. Like if you see input function from yesterday, like we are going to use this input function. Please enter your age. If age is greater than or equal to 18, I just want to print the same thing. It's the same code. If I run it, will it work or will it throw error? What do you think? Just 3 lines of code. I'm taking age as input from user. What do you think? Will it be okay or do you want me to do something else? Error from namer. Okay. Why error? What would be the error here? Data type string. Correct. You're correct. So we spoke about input function yesterday and we said like input function by default takes the input in the data type of string. So age, you give any age, it would be a string value. So string value, you are doing the mathematical operations on it. So it would throw error. So if I just give age like 20 here, 20 is greater than equal to 18, it's true. We expect like print this statement, you are eligible to vote, but it would throw error saying like we cannot support instances between string and integer. So we have to do the typecasting. That means changing the data type to integer here. So now if I just run it for S20, then you would see like you are eligible to vote. So we have entered the if block because this condition is true. So write a program that checks if a number is positive. You can try this activity like I'm just giving a number equal to 10. Just try to write the if condition where it checks the number is positive or not. Just with the if condition. We are not going to create a condition where it checks negative, positive, and 0. Just that it has to just check if it's a positive number or not. You can just try this activity. Take care of this indentation. So just type it from my end. You can try. So I just took a number equal to 10, which is greater than 0. I'm printing the number is positive. So number is positive because it was 10 here, right? So if you have only one condition, then we use only if. But if you have two conditions, then it becomes if else. So if you give a condition, for else condition is not required. Anything other than this condition, if you don't just enter this if block, then it would go for the else block and whatever code is inside the else, it gets executed. So if condition is given, code block to be executed if condition is true. If it's false, then it would execute whatever written inside the else block. So the same age example where you have like taken input from the user, then age greater than or equal to 18, it would print you are eligible for vote. If age is not greater than or 18, then it would not enter the if block, then it would come for the else block and just print whatever is written inside the else block here. So I'll just run it. But the same thing, like if block condition, you press enter, indentation, you write the code, and then come out of the if block, and then you write else colon, and then you press enter to enter the else block, again the indentation. So you have to follow this syntax rules. So I'm just giving the age as 16. What do you think would be the output? Will it print you are eligible for vote, or will it print not eligible?
Not eligible.
Correct. So it first checks this condition, it's false. So it would bypass to else condition, and whatever is there inside it, which is got printed here, right? So you can now write a program that checks if a number is positive or negative using if else. I'll start writing here. You can try writing in your Colab notebooks. So take 30 seconds more and just try. If you are able to do it, then just so what we are actually doing it here is if we are checking number greater than 0, we are printing the number is positive, else the number is negative. So we have given the number as -5. If I just run, it would check -5 greater than 0, it's false. So we just go for the else block, and the output would be number is negative. So the same example, if I just do it like +5, it would print the number is positive because 5 greater than 0 is true. It won't go and check else again. Like if only the if block is false, then we go for the else. The same way, if you have more conditions, then we go for if else. So if it would check for the first block condition, if it's true, the code with whatever written inside the if block gets executed. It won't check for the elif and else. So if is false, then it would check elif. If elif is true, whatever is inside elif gets printed. If both the conditions are false, only then it would go for else. Whatever written inside the else would get printed. So if you can see here, age equal to 16, we have if elif else. So less than 13, you are a child. Less than 18. So there is something more to here, like less than 13. Here it's checking the first block here. 16 less than 13, it's false. So it would just go from here directly here. So 16 less than 18 is true. It will directly print the elif block. So let me just run it. So you are a teenager here. The same thing, if I just take 50, age equal to 18, what do you think would be the output? Age equal to 18. 18 less than 13, it's false. So here it would go. 18 less than 18 is also false. So here we would have written like 18, age less than or equal to 18. Maybe it would have printed you're a teenager, then it would go for else. So if I just run this, so because this is false, 18 less than 18 is false, so it's directly printed whatever it's written inside the else block. If I would have written age less than or equal to 18, then you're a teenager. So if I just take like 29, yeah. So again, like whatever written inside the else, it would print. So do try this if else conditions with your own examples. So you can take input and then you directly check like if number greater than 0, it's positive, less than 0, negative. Other than that, it's going to be 0. Let's see what happens if I just give like 0.1. If I give 0.1 fractional value, so it would actually throw error invalid literal for integer. So we have just converted it to integer. Let me just change it to float. Let me just see 0.1 positive. Yeah. So it's working, like it's checking like 0.1 less than 0. Yeah. So it's printing positive here. So what do you think would be the output for this? Score 156. So yeah, let me just make a sensible score here like 50. So what do you think would be the output?
F.
Grade F. So it would check 50 greater than equal to 90 false, greater than 80 false, greater than 70 false, 60 false. Then it would print whatever written inside else. So if score is 150, then what would be the output? Yeah, like score is 150. Will it print A, B, C, D, F? What would be the
A.
output? A, right? So it would just check like 150 greater than equal to 90. It's true. It just doesn't think of logic like us. Like there's no scores are between 0 to 100. So we just give like 150. It would check here, and it's written A. It would just print for us grade A. So yeah, the same example which we have done before. By taking the input also, you can try this. So this is about conditional statements. Any questions here? We would have while loops and conditional statements concepts with other programming languages too. Just that the syntax changes. You need to use the brackets and all. Here it's the indentation. So, any questions? Is it clear? For the people, whoever doing the coding for the first time, are you able to follow the codes? Like, are you able to do it? Understand? Okay. Any tool to practice in the sense on the Google Colab, we have the activities you practice, and then from the like you can try your own codes in the Google Colab, keep on running. You will, yeah, that's a tool. Like any other new tools, and no, yeah. Is that your question? So you can practice directly on the Google Colab. So you'll be having your own sheet. So you can write like you can click on plus code and you can just write the codes and practice here on the Google Colab. So the break keyword. So when you have an infinite while loop, we can use the break keyword to come out of a infinite while loop. For example, like stop the while loop when the number reaches 70. So like before we started with 0, then I'll just write while true, making it an infinite while loop. I'm entering the loop where I have the increment statement I equal, sorry, I've just taken so it's going to increment forever if I just write this. So using if conditional and break statement, what I'm going to do is if num reaches the value 70, just write the break keyword. So now like come out of it, and now if I just check the num value, it would be 70. So what we are doing is like we are creating an infinite while loop using the if condition. I've given a condition like whenever the number reaches 70, double equal to is for checking the similarity between these numbers. So single equal to is assigning a value, Double equal to is checking for the similarity. So each time this 3 lines of code keeps on running, whenever this number reaches 70, it would break the while loop and we can print the like number here. So this break keyword is to break the infinite while loop. So we are going to see the nested while loops. We just saw the while loops evoke. So nested while loops, as the name suggests, it's loop inside loop. So we can try nested while loops. So the term nested means something inside something, like a box inside box. So nested while loop means a loop inside another loop, like so we are going to create tables here using nested while loop, in the sense like if you want tables from 2 to 10 together, so we are just by writing 4 to 5 lines or maybe 6 to 7 lines code maybe. So you write it and you get all the tables from 2 to 10 at once. So before we do the nested while loop, I want you to try this. I just want you to try printing the two table, only the two table from here, like 2 ones are 2, 2 twos are, yeah, 2 2 4, yeah, 2 multiplied by 3 6, like that till 2 10 20. 2 multiplied by 10 20. So I want it to be the two table. Try creating two table here. So with the while loop we just learned before, try creating a two table. Then we'll see like how to create do the 2 3 4 table at once using the nested while loop. So this is the last activity for today. So just try two table. If you are able to do a simple two table, so either you can try this way, like instead of having the whole like 2 into 1 equals to 2, you just try to print the values 2 4 6 8 so on till 20 using while loop. Before we have done 3 5 7 example there, right? The same way, try to print this. So you can use any logic of yours, but use the while loop and print the values 2 4 6 8 till 20. So no cheating, no searching online, you just try it. Anybody finished? If you are done, you can put the code in the chat. Let me just see. Let's take 1 more minute to try, then I'll try it from my end. Okay. Let me just type it from my end too. So what I'm doing it here is I'm taking I value as 1 and I want I value from 1 to 10 here, right? So I given a condition I less than equal to 10. print I into 2. So it would be like 1 into 2, then I value gets incremented to 2, then it would be 2 into 2, so on. So the output would be 2, 4, 6, 8, 10, yeah. So we just got the 2 table just by using the while loop. So anybody are able to like, have you able to do it from your end? So the same thing, I'll just modify the print statement and get the output which look like fancy like a 2 table. What I would do here is the same while loop. I'll just 2 comma multiply. I'll just take x and then I want I, then equal to comma. So in the print statement, I just modified, like I need like 2 into 1 equal to 2. So for multiplication, I've just taken the capital X here, and then the I value would change from 1 to 10 because I want it to be like from 1 to 10. So I is going to change from 1 to 10, then equal to, and equal to, I want this output like 2 to 20. So it would look like a 2 table now. Any questions here? 2 into 1 equal to 2. It looks little fancy like a table here. So this we can do with a simple while loop, right? So now I want to make 2, 3, 4 table at once using nested while loop. So that means I need while loop inside while loop. So here I've done it for 2 tables, right? So if I need to do tables from 2 to 10, so using single while loop, I have to repeat this block 10 times, where first I take it for 2 table, then the 3 table, then the 4 table, like that I have to take it till 10 table. So what I'll do is like, I have taken one while loop for incrementing this number from 1 to 10, right? So I'll write one more while loop where I want to increment this table. After 2, I need the 3 table. After 3 table, I need to 4 table. So I want to increment this number from 2 to 10 also. So I need one more while loop for doing it. But we have to take care, like first the 2 table have to repeat 10 times like this. Then I have to go for the 3 table. Then again 3 tens are 30. After that, I have to go for the 4 table, like that. So what I'm going to do it here is, first, let me take two variables here. First for this variable here, which is the table, and then from 1 to 10, one more variable. So let me just take like first num equal to, let's starting with 2 table here, right? 2. So while first num less than or equal to, let's not take till 10, maybe 6. 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 tables. So less than or equal to 6. So I'll take one more variable, second num. The second number is this, like from 1 to 10, I have to increment it, right? So I'm inside the while loop. Inside the while, I'm taking one more while loop here for incrementing the second number. Second number, I want to do it till 10. So I want to print. So here I directly took 2 here, right? I just want to take the variable here. I want to print first num, comma, the multiplication symbol, then I, before it was I, so here I've taken the variable name differently, which is second num equal to, then it's nothing but multiplication of both first num and second num. These are the variable names which I'm taking here, so don't get confused with the variable names. So this we want to do it for 10 times. So I want to increment the second num. So now this is nothing but the same like this. So now after the table, like 2 table 10 times, I want to switch, like increment this first num also till 6, right? So I'll just come out of this second while block. So I'm here again with the first while block. So what I'm going to do it here is, I'll just increment the first num. After incrementing this, it has to still repeat like 10 times for that. So once everything is done, yeah, this is simple while loop inside while loop for making the tables from 2 to 6. So if I just run it, you can see that like you got two table till 20, then the three table. So there's no differentiation between one table to other table, right? Let me just take a empty print statement so that you can see one empty line. Yeah, now you can see like one empty line after each table. So if you just need a heading like the table of 2, table of 3, uh, like you just have to see like where you have to write it. Like if you write something here, it would repeat like 10 times. So I would do it here, print table of, and based on the variable. So it would, yeah, just me. Now you can see it here like table of 2, so table of 3, table of 4. Yeah. So any questions here with the nested while loop? How we are creating this 2 to 6 table at once. So just that you have to take care of indentation. And so here line by line what is happening here is first you are creating a variable where you have written 2, and then you are creating a while loop where first you are checking if this 2 is less than or equal to 6. 2 less than or equal to 6, it's true, so you're going to enter this while block. Then again it's one more variable is creating, which is second num, which has 1 stored inside it. Then it has a print statement, print table of first num. So first num was 2, so it would first just print like table of 2 here. Then it sees a while loop again where second num is less than or equal to 10. So it would check 1 less than a 10, it's true, so it just go for the next line. So once it enters the next line, there is a print statement which says first num into second num equal to both multiplied by this. So this value was 2, and it sees a multiplication symbol. Second number was 1, then it would see like equal to, and then it would see like both multiplied, then it's 2. Then it will just print this. Then it would see this increment statement. The second num has incremented to 1 here. So that means we just got this incremented to 2 here. Like this is not 1 anymore. This has incremented to 2 here. So we are still like to come out of this while block. We need this to be false, right? We are inside this main while block here. So it would increment to 2. Again, it would check like here 2, like 2 less than equal to 10. It's still true. It would print again. So you'll get like 2 to the 4. It increments. It does 10 times when the value of second num reaches 11. When it's false, so it comes out of this while block, and then it would see like the first number 2 is incrementing to 3. So to come out of this while block, this also has to become false, right? It would check like 3 less than or equal to 6, it's still true. Then again it goes reassign second number value equal to 1. Then the same story continues here for the 3 table. Then it comes out, then it would increment it till 4 again, checks again. So for the 4 table, whole story repeats again. So it increments till 7. Then what happens is 7 less than or equal to 6 is false. Then it comes out of the while block, the first while block also. So line by line, if you are still confused, try it on a paper, see how it's executing. Like take a variable, increment, like see the values, and you can see how it's executing in the output. So the same example, if I just change this, so first name is 2, I'm just changing it to 4, and second name is 1, I'm just changing it till 3. What do you think would be the output? What are the tables we are going to print, and till, yeah, which multiplication of it we are going to print it. For this changes, what would be the output? It's going to start with 2 tables, and you can see it's still 4, so you're going to get 2, 3, 4 tables. But second num it's starting from 1, but we are coming out of the loop when it reaches 3. Like when the second number becomes 4, you are going to come out of the loop. So you are going to get only this table of 2 ones are 2 till only 3, then just coming out of it. So the same thing, like it executes line by line. So just try different things if you're confused. Like if you just assign this out of here, what do you think would be the output? I'm assigning second number equal to 1 outside the while blocks. So first number, there are two variables created, which is 2 here and then 1 here. It will check it's true. You go inside, it will just print like table of 2. It would check like 1 less than or equal to 3, it's true. So it would just print like 2 table. Then yeah, first number gets incremented plus 1. So you can see the output, like it's like only 2 table, and then it just prints like table of 3 and 4, because second number has already reached 4 here. So this would be always false. So we have assigned this outside the while block, right? So once the second number has reached 4, it just checked for the first this condition. We are still inside this while block. We'll come out of this while block when first number reaches 4, like 5, more than 4, then we come out of it. So if you just create variable outside the while block, you just get 2 table. You don't get like 3 table and 4 table, because the second number is always 4, and this is false, and we'll never enter inside this while block. So this does not get executed in this particular case when you write something like this. So to execute this, so here what is happening is you have written inside the while block. So each time we are reassigning the second number as 1. That's the reason you are able to get the whole table. Like for whole table, the inside while loop is running like 10 times. So this runs for 10 times for each outer one loop here for this particular example. So we'll stop it here. Any questions? Is it clear? Tomorrow we are going to see what are functions. So we'll see how to okay, I have a question here. Like, could you please explain what is the purpose of print at the end? So this print statement, we just give it in the end for this extra spacing. After writing like incrementing, we are printing an empty print statement so that there's a gap between this 2 table and 3 table. If not, there is like continuity here. So if you would have printed like something like this, then you would have got that extra print statement here. That's it. That's the only purpose of this print statement here. So tomorrow we are going to see user-defined, how to create user-defined functions. We have seen ready-made functions like print, input, which are created by the author. If you want to create our own functions in Python, so we are going to see how to create user-defined functions, and we are going to see what are local variables and global variables. So we'll see about that, global, local variables, and yeah, and we'll see what are modules, like what do you mean by a module, so on. So that's all for today. First timers, are you feeling it's going good, easy for you? If you feel it's easy, doable, you can just put easy in the chat so that I know, like, the speed is good for you. Okay, doable. Okay, that's good too. So do practice, and we'll do functions tomorrow the same way. Like the pattern would be similar till you finish 100 plus lessons, where you have lesson plan for all the lessons ready, and we have theory and activities. You just create collabs and try running codes from your end, and yeah, so that you can concentrate more on activities and what's happening in the class. Great. So if you don't have any questions, you can drop off. Good night, take care, see you tomorrow, bye bye. If you have questions, you can stay back.